Hi there everybody, great to be with you all again. So it's time for the open close today. First of all, next stream is going to be on Tuesday, which will be the 13th of August at 10 AM UK time. So hi there to Bogdan and Human and Oksana and Julia. Let me do it the better way. So Bogdan, Human, Julia, Manisco, Oksana, hi to Polly, hi Renyard, hello Roland, and hi to Sergey as well. So let's get straight into it. Today's article is about underdogs and the underdog's surprising appeal, why we like to support the underdog. Hi White Stripes, good to have you. So here we go. From the US election to the Olympic Games, we often, for those considered disadvantaged, we often go for. Hi Vimar, lovely to see you. Strive for doesn't work. Yes, White Stripes, absolutely. Feel for. Yeah, I think feel for is good as well. Yes, definitely, White Stripes. Definitely. Okay. To root for meaning to support. But go for works quite nicely as well. So root for there with Oksana, Sergey, Human, and Julia's gone with go for as well. Sympathise with. You sympathise with. Cheer for. Yeah, that would work. Hooray! We cheer for those. It works very nicely, Bogdan. Hi Nadiman, lovely to see you. We often root for those considered disadvantaged. Go for, like, choose. Yeah, it works. So Manu, well done, lovely to see you. So good morning. Why we do may more about ourselves than them. Buenos dias. Why we do that may speak more about ourselves than them. That's very good, Oksana. Why we do so may reveal, yes, White Stripes. Reveal more, yes, Roland. Hi, Victor. Lovely to have you. Why we do it may tell more. Normally may tell. Normally you say, I may tell us, may tell people. I'd want some transitive, something for the tell. Why we do support, no. Why we do so, definitely, Sergey. Why we do often may think more. Doesn't quite work, Nad. Hi Ida, lovely to have you. Why we do that may reveal, good Renyard. We do that, yes Sveta. Why we do it may ask more about ourselves than them. Yes, I'm very happy with the so, Manu. The ask, why we do often may support. Nope, Julia, they don't work. Why we do as such. Why we do so may reflect. I like that reflect verb, Human. May expose. Good word, Nina. Hi, Nina. May spell. May mirror. Mirror would work. Why we do it may say. That's good, Nina. Hi, Sid. Lovely to see you. Why we do so. Why we do that. It's because it's shorter, and so in this way, I think to me so gives me more the idea of an adverb doing an action, whereas that is just a thing. I think they both work. I'm happier with so than that, though. Why we do so may uncover. It does. May shed more light upon ourselves. Yes, definitely, Reynard. Okay. My unravel, I like unravel as well. Why we do so may reveal more about ourselves than them. That is more, yeah, it's more definite. Exactly that. We do in this way. That's good, that's good. Yep, I actually made it yesterday, believe it or not. White stripes. So, lost positives is what it's called. Next couple of days, 2 or 3 days time, it'll be out. The rise of the underdog is throughout history's most compelling narratives. Shrouded. It doesn't quite work. It's shrouded through history. Doesn't quite work, Nina. It's a good guess. Is ever present through history's... Okay, I think is ever present in. Is observed. I quite like observed. Following. No. Underway. Doesn't quite work, Sergey. Is seen through. Seen might work. Is traced. I'd probably say can be traced. Happens through histories. Happens is probably not bad. Is traced. Can be traced. Is prevalent in. Is noticed through histories. Okay. Is woven. Okay, woven. From weave, wove, woven. Okay, you weave a piece of textile. Is recurrent through. Recurrent is a really good answer, Nina. Is recurrent through history's most compelling narratives. Is woven. And that's why the through. Okay. And I've got quite a few like this. Yep, woven. So you weave something into a story. From fairy tales, Cinderella, and fictional Rocky Balboa to real-world Erin Brockovich, we simply cannot stories in which the weak and vulnerable over the strong and powerful. Digging through. Spun, that's a good word. Spun through history. Spun would work there, Billy. Very nice. We simply cannot tell. Ignore is better. Tower over. Tower over's not bad as well. We can't forget. That's good, Oksana. And vulnerable. Win over. Win over definitely works very well. Brush up. Win over, yes. Brush not, no, Sergey. Cannot. We simply cannot negate stories. Prevail over. Prevail's a good word. Negate works. We can't omit. I guess. Come over. It would be overcome, Manu. ignore stories. We cannot overlook. Take over, no. We cannot deny stories. Recall stories that doesn't dominate. Triumph over. That's a winner, believe. Triumph over is an ice cream word. We cannot ignore stories that triumph over. Ignore definitely, Julia. So, we cannot resist. Okay, we can't resist. They are irresistible. We cannot resist stories in which the weak and vulnerable triumph over. Well done, believe. The strong and powerful. There's some good questions today. Hi Patricia, lovely to see you. We can see this preference in sports. Just consider the popularity of the Jamaican bobsleigh team, who the film Cool Runnings. Good word, Nina. That's interesting. Thank you, Nan. Rejuvenate over. Nope, rejuvenate doesn't work. Who motivated? Yes, Roland. Reflected in the film? Yes, Patricia. Lovely to see you, P. Inspired the film? Yes, Julia. Who inspired the film? Yes, Manu. Who inspired the film? Yes, Bogdan and Nan. Who based? No, the film was based. The film Cool Running was based on. Who shot? Yeah. Who revealed? No. Who promoted? Who made? Inspired. Inspired is the... Who spurred? Spurred would work. Who were used as the base for the film. That's the idea. Who spurred on the film. Who inspired. Yeah? Who appeared in the film. That's the actors. This is talking more about inspiration. And according to some political commentators, playing up an underdog status may even our voting intentions. Ignore. Affect, yes, Bogdan. Influence, good, white stripes. That triggered the film. Trigger would work there, Human, yes. Influence, yes, Sergey. That give. No, give doesn't work. Man. Affect with an A, yes, Renyard. Change, skew. Skew's a really nice word. Influence for believer, Nina. Triumph over for the previous one, Patricia. And Sid. Well done, Sid. That's the ice cream word. Sway our voting intentions. Well done, Sid. So influence for Julia is fine. Shape for white stripes. Impact from Sandy is a good one. Shape definitely works, Sergey. Yes. Mold as well, white stripes. Yes. Alter, direct, mold, sway, even occult. Nope, I'm not very. I don't like occult very much, P. It's good to have you with us, P. Influence, alter, direct, alter. Yes, Human, definitely. Sway. Sway is the word, yes. I quite liked Oksana's skew. Skew was a really good word. As someone who had never held political office, Donald Trump considers good Bogdan. Like himself. No. Like no. Once the underdog himself, once doesn't quite work. By himself, no. Yes, I'm getting your answers, P. Considered himself, yes, Bogdan. Proclaimed, good word, believe. Being considered, the term is now being considered, yes, considered would work. You see, once himself the underdog, but the term is now being proclaimed. No, not quite, Julia. Described himself. Who's that? That's believe, yes. Decreed himself. It's a bit strong. Is now being assumed. Assumed, yes, Nina. Being led. Not quite, Bogdan. Fancied himself. I think fancy would work, Urjo. Proclaimed. Named himself is now being used. Yes, Sergey. Deemed himself. Yes, I think. Deemed himself. Yes. Believed himself. Believed himself as, but as the underdog. Presented himself. Good word, Sid. Paraded himself. Appropriated. Good. Stated himself. You can't state yourself. Somebody states that he is. Believed himself to be. Doesn't work. Okay. Presented himself as. It could presented, yes. Is now being popularized, yes. Taken, yes, Sid. Proclaimed, not proclaimed. Term as team. Being proclaimed, then being held for the second one. The term is now being held. Adopted is a good word for it, Julia. Posed himself. Posed might work. Portrayed. I like portrayed a lot for the first one, Sandy. Attributed to Kamala. Good. That was Sandy Aited. Reflect. I'm going to put this up. A billionaire has no right to claim to be an underdog in politics. Masqueraded himself as. I quite like that, masqueraded. Okay, so pitched himself as. To pitch, yes, I'm getting your answers, Patricia. Reflect our. Good. I'm glad, Oksana. I'm glad. Okay, he's got lots and lots of good words today. Pitched himself as the underdog. He showed himself. He sold himself. Okay, he pushed himself. This is the advertising, and it's now being adopted by Kamala, who is now ahead in the opinion polls, believe it or not. It's not that obvious, Oksana. So, psychological studies of underdogs are few and far empichado. Okay, apart, I guess, but the right word, the collocation is, as Bogdan puts it, between. Okay, as White Stripes put it, far-fetched, not with the few, far comprehensive, between, yes, Rowan, few and far scarcer. Scarcer would use. Far, few and far between. That's a collocation. Yes, Manu. Few and far between. Few and far between. And far in between. Between Sveta. That's it. So, I don't know. Jobs round here are few and far between. Okay, it's something that is low density. You'd love to learn this at the age of 75. What a challenge. Okay, projected. So between, few and far between. That's the collocation. I haven't looked today, Ronan. Lovely to see you. Few and far between. This is a collocation. If something's rare, it doesn't happen much. That's it, Zonalb. Okay. Smash the like button, as Julia says. So. But the small of literature that does exist can help us to understand why we so often find ourselves rooting for those with the odds against them, and the ways of this peculiar of the human mind can influence our broader decision making. So, let's see. Small amount would work. Body's a really good word, believe. Proportion. Yes, I guess. I'm getting your answers, P. Yes. Corpus. That was the word I was waiting for. Corpus of literature. Small portion, but we had... Yes, odds stacked against. That's the ice cream word, Oksana. The odds are stacked against them. Definitely. The small amount of literature that does exist, odds stacked against this peculiar idiosyncrasy. Good. Hi PJ Mosley. Small amount of literature. Yeah. The small amount. Yes, Sid. This peculiar phenomenon of the human mind. Definitely, Nad. Good. Small amount. Yes, Bogdan. The peculiar gain. Small chunk. Chunk works, definitely. Corpus is big. Yes, but it could be small in this case. The small corpus of literature. Unfortunately, they don't use the word corpus, but I think it would be a really good word to put. The odds stood against, odds stacked against. So the small portion, yes, Zonalb. This particular phenomenon. Yes, Oksana! Quirk. This peculiar quirk of the human mind. Well done, Oksana. This particular feature. Amount of literature. Odds projecting of... This peculiar projection. Projection could work. So, look at that. It's quirk. Well done. So it's a body of literature. Hi Rishi, lovely to see you. Feature of the human mind, quirk of the human mind. Yes, feature would work, Sid. Tendency, yes, believe. Property, yes, Renyard. Okay, and continue. Lovable losers. Developed. Yes. Yes, Patricia, definitely. Lovable losers. On first, the underdog effect sits rather uncomfortably with humankind's known on status and prestige. On first sight. On first glance. You see, I would say at first sight and at first glance. I think on works, but I would prefer at first sight, at first glance. But glance and sight definitely work. On first time, no. On first focus, on a upsurge of, yes, P. No, focus on. Focus on is good, Manu. Stance is a good word as well. Rishi. On first impression. That's a much better word. That goes very nicely, Manji. It's good to see you as well, Manji. That's a good word to start with. Known outlook on. Yes. Our humankind's outlook on status and prestige, the way we look at. Lovely to see you, Manji. On first examination. Ooh, that's very good. On first glance, on first peek. On first consideration. On first thought. Ugh. Impression sounds better, Rishi. Okay, known fixation. Stacked against, definitely Patricia. Okay, on first consideration, the underdog effect sits rather uncomfortably with humankind's known fixation. It's okay, Oksana, this is good. Okay. According to social identity theory, we often ourself from the success of our group on first engagement. You see, I think on first impression collocates very nicely. Fixation, obsession for the Joneses. Very good, White Stripes. Self-worth, definitely, Oksana. Self-confidence, yes. Retrieve, maybe not, but self-confidence, yes, Sergey. But it's that from. Associate, no. Self-esteem, yes, Renyard. But associate our self-esteem with the success of the group. Paint. Self-worth, definitely Bogdan. Self-worth, definitely Julia. But associate from, no. It should be with. We often associate our self-esteem with the success of the group. No, Patricia, you've lagged behind. You want to get up to date. Portrait. Portray. But to portray is to describe. It doesn't quite work, Nad. Get, yes, Renyard. Receive, yes, Renyard. Draw, yes, Oksana. Distinguish, no. We often derive our self-esteem from the success of our group. Yes, of your own face, self-portrait. We often glue. Probably not quite. Examination, yes, P. As a result, we tend to process our idol's defeat as a personal failure, leading us to feel less confident. It's the opposite of vulnerable. Less confident, yes. On first looking, at first look, at first glance. Confident in, good human. Less sure about. Less sure in our... I guess sure would work, Bogdan. Less confident in, good Nad. Less confident in, good Julia Manji. Less certain in. Less certain about. The perusal of. Yes, Patricia. Confident in, good. Secure in. Less deterrent. Less competent. Competent's a good word. Less convinced by or about. Less trusting. Feel less trust in. I think trust would work, Zonalv. So, let's go for the next one. Less confidence. Less assured. Assured's a good word, Juan. Well done. Less confident. Yes, Renyard. So, let's try another one. We feel less trustworthy in. But normally the thing is trustworthy. We feel less trustworthy in ourselves. That's painful, as any fan of the English football team can vouch. Good word, White Stripe. Can tell, yes. We equate ourselves. Yes, Patricia. Can relate. Relate's a good word. Can confirm. Good, Bogdan. Can relate. Yes, Nad. Relate for Julia. Can acknowledge. Yes, Human. Can feel. Can tell. Appalled. Varshini. No, appalled doesn't work, Varshini. I'm sorry. With for Patricia. Can tell. Can accept. Can feel. Can confirm. Can verify. Can admit. I like those as well. Can testify. That's what it's talking about. That's what it's talking about. Okay. And confess. I like confess. That's a good one, Sveta. Can witness. Yes. Can verify. Why would we put ourselves through that disappointment by the back runner who is far less likely to bring us success by association? Good, Patricia. That's the point. You need to get up to date. When it lags behind, you've got to get it back up to date. Even works very nicely, Nad. Voluntarily. Good, Bogdan. Willingly. That's the ice cream word, Oksana. Even. Yes, Julia. Willingly. Good, Manji. Deliberately. Good word, Human. Willingly encouraging. Good, Rishi. Willingly supporting. Good, White Stripes. By supporting. Good, Oksana. By intentionally. Yes, definitely. Less confident. Yes, definitely. Less confident. That works very nicely, Patricia. Why would we usually put... Okay, it works in this context purposefully by supporting good Renyard. Bolstering, yes. Devotedly. I guess devotedly as well, because we do it the whole time. Why would we willingly, by supporting the back runner? Yes, Sid. Reluctantly. Doesn't quite work, Sahil. Champion to champion, yes. Voluntarily. Yes, Juan. So... to glorify thee. Yes, that works as well, Roland. It would make much more sense to ourselves with the likely winners of any event, so that we can in their glory. Second word's a good word. To associate ourselves. Good word, Oksana. Good, well done, Nad. To revel in, yes. To associate so that we can shine in their glory. Shine's a good word. Capable. Well done, Oksana. That's the ice cream word. Well done. Can testify. Good, Patricia. Associate and bask. Well done, Manji. Capable. Okay, can participate. Good word, Nad. Can associate and testify. To associate ourselves, yes. Testify, no. Rest in, bask in. To fix ourselves. So to align ourselves. What? Okay, why would we align ourselves so that we can bask, sit in the sun of their glory, associate, enjoy, to relate ourselves, can rejuvenate, to bask, to lie in the sun, to soak up the sun, to enjoy, to take in the rays, to bask, to swim in the glory. Animals basking in the sun. I'm going to stop there. I think that's enough for today. So, next. Yeah, she's up to date. Sunbathe, yes. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Oksana. Next stream is on Tuesday. It's been great, Bogdan. This has been quite a challenging one. Thank you, Manji. Consciously, yes. Why would we consciously do it? Good. To revel, to enjoy, to celebrate. On Tuesday, 13th of August at 10 a.m. UK time. So bye all of you. Thank you. It's been great. It's been great being with you all again. So let's see. Thank you to Bogdan and Human and Ida Bakos. Thank you to Julia and Juan and Manji and Manuel. Thank you to Nad and Oksana and Patricia. Thank you to Ram and Renyard and Rishi and Roland. Thank you to Sahil and Sid and Varshini and to Sergey and to White Stripes and to Sveta. Thank you all. It's been great seeing you, and I hope to see you all on Tuesday. Empathizing is good. Okay, let me give you the other questions that were there for you to think about. Although there are not many of them. To bask in their glory. That's the right one, Patricia. To bask in their glory. I think that's the last one. And that's it. That's as far as I went. So take care, and I will see you all on Tuesday. Bye for now.